Do you want to know the best way to learn vocabulary quickly? We'll show you. Hi, I'm Brent. Welcome to the channel. I've been teaching English for over 20 years, helping people improve their English skills. Whether you're just a beginner or you're an advanced learner of English, I can help everybody at all levels. In this video, I will show 10 steps you need to know for you to learn and use important vocabulary for your learning needs. At the end, I will also show you how to use ChatGPT to help with your vocabulary learning. If you want to view the subtitles in English while I'm presenting the information, just click on the CC button. Step 1. Understand the importance of vocabulary to the other language skills. Vocabulary is the base of all language skills. Without knowing words, it's difficult to understand what you hear when you listen or what you see when you read. It is also difficult to express yourself clearly when speaking or writing. The more words you know, the easier it is to communicate, understand others, and learn new things. Building your vocabulary helps improve all of these skills, making it easier to learn and use English every day. Let me give you some examples. When you're listening, knowing more words helps you understand conversations and instructions more easily. Imagine hearing a new word during a talk, and if it's already part of your vocabulary, you instantly understand the meaning of what is being said. In reading, knowing a lot of vocabulary allows you to read faster and understand texts better. If you're reading a newspaper or a book and you come across a word you are not sure about, having a wide variety of vocabulary helps you get the full message without getting stuck. Not being able to understand a few words is okay. However, if you cannot understand a lot of words, then that's going to be a problem for you. In writing, vocabulary gives you the ability to express your ideas clearly and in your own way. For instance, instead of using basic words like good or bad, you can use more specific words like excellent or terrible to be more clear about the feeling you want the reader to know. And this is the same for speaking. Knowing more words allows you to communicate better. It also helps you use the right words to express your thoughts or ask questions, whether you're having a conversation, giving a presentation. Having the right words makes the communication process much smoother. So, by building your vocabulary, you improve not just one skill, but all four: reading, listening, writing, speaking. This makes language learning easier and quicker. Step 2. Understand the types of vocabulary. So, there are 4 types of vocabulary you need to understand so that you know which is important for you to learn. The first one is high-frequency vocabulary. This is the most commonly used words in everyday communication. These words appear mostly in books, conversations, and media, making them important for you to learn first. These could be simple words like and, the, it. We will talk more about the high-frequency vocabulary later. The next type of words is technical vocabulary that belong to a subject. For example, maths, geography, computer science, physics, and so on. These words are usually only used in these subjects. For example, a word such as algorithm. This is used mostly in computer science. So it's not a high frequency word, not used in everyday language. Not something you should be focusing on. The third type of vocabulary is academic vocabulary words. These are mostly used in schools and universities. You need to understand these words when you are studying. Remember, technical vocabulary are words for one subject, while academic words are words used commonly in most subjects. So, for example, the word significant. This is an academic word because you will find it used in many different subjects, such as maths, geographies, medicine, physics, and so on. The fourth group of words is the low frequency vocabulary. So this includes words not used every day. These words are often used for one specific topic. So for example, if we take the word blockchain, this is used when talking about cryptocurrencies. It's not a word that comes up often in everyday conversations. Because these words are not commonly used, they are not important for you to spend time learning. 3. Vocabulary important to your needs. Think about the 4 types. High frequency vocabulary is the most common and useful for everyday English. Start with these words because you'll hear and see them a lot. And they'll help you in your daily life. We will focus more on these later. Technical vocabulary is important if you need words for your job or for your subject that you are studying. Academic vocabulary helps if you need to read or write for school or for university. So these words are used in textbooks, essays, in lessons and classes. So learning them will help you if you need to understand the lessons, the academic content, and to read and write better. Low frequency vocabulary include words that you don't hear or see often. So these might be useful if you're learning about a topic that not many other people are interested in, but you are. Think about what you need most right now in your language skills and your vocabulary. So choose the type of vocabulary that will help you the most. Step 4. How much vocabulary do you need to know? Did you know the native English speaker speaks between 25,000 and 30,000 words? But don't you worry, you don't need to learn that many words right away or at all. The number of words you need depends on why you are learning English and what you want to use your English for. If you want to have simple conversations and understand basic things like shopping or travel, then you only really need to know between 1,000 and 2,000 words. This will help you get through your everyday situations for using English. Now, if you need English for your work or studies, then you might need to learn more technical or academic vocabulary, as well as more of the high frequency vocabulary. So you would probably need to learn between 3,000 to 5,000 words. Remember, it's not just about learning many words, but learning the right words for your needs. Focus on the words that you use most often, based on why you are learning English. Later, I will show you exactly how to quickly learn the vocabulary that you need, made easy and quickly. Step 5. Understanding vocabulary families. When you learn vocabulary, you can focus on base words and their word families. This will save you a lot of time. A base word is the simplest form of the word. For example, the word agree is a base word. From this word, you can make many other words. For example, with the base word agree, you get other words such as agreed, agreeing, agreement, agreements. These are all part of the same word family because they come from the base word agree. You can also add prefixes and suffixes to change the meaning of the base word. For example, if you add dis, spelt D-I-S, to agree, you get dis. This has the opposite meaning to agree. From this, you can make even more words, such as disagreement, disagreed, disagreeing. Learning word families helps you understand and use more words by starting with just one based word. This leads us to step 6, important grammar that you should learn to help you learn vocabulary. To learn vocabulary quickly, you can just learn the base word, such as agree that we just talked about. But you will have to know the grammar that goes with learning the base word family. I will not go into detail of the vocabulary grammar in this lesson. If you would like me to put together a video about that, leave comments in the comment section below. I will, however, give you 2 brief examples of the family that you would need to learn to understand the base word agree. Let's look at the word agreed. So it is the past tense of agree. It is used to show that something happened in the past, like in they agreed to go to the movies yesterday. Once you know that adding ed makes a verb the past, you can use this grammar rule for most base words. This saves you a lot of time because you don't need to memorize the past form of every verb. You can simply apply this rule to most base words, letting you focus learning new vocabulary rather than the vocabulary's family. Here's a second example using the base word agree. If we add dis, D-I-S, as a prefix to agree, we get disagree, as we mentioned before. It changes the meaning to the opposite. So now instead of agreeing, we have it means to have a different opinion, as in they disagree on the topic. Like the previous example, if you know the prefix dis means the opposite, you can apply this grammar rule to many base words. So if you understand the base word and some basic grammar, such as nouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, the past tense, the continuous tense, you only need to learn the base word. You'll easily understand the meaning of that base word's family. Now we move on to step 7. Understanding vocabulary word lists. In this Excel spreadsheet, there are 14 lists of base words for you to learn, as you can see down the bottom here. Each list contains 1,000 base words. You need to start with the most frequent words in the first 1,000 word list, as this is the most important vocabulary that you need to learn first. Once you have finished this first list, you then move on to the second list. This list has the second most important vocabulary that you need to learn. And once you have finished the second word list, go on to the third word list. Most people may choose to stop at this third list, as they contain about 90% of any vocabulary you may need in your daily life. You would have learnt a total of 3,000 base words by this point. If you are studying or working, you may want to also study the academic word list, which I have placed between the third and the fourth word lists. If you really want to become very good at English, keep going through the remaining lists in order until you have reached the 14th 1,000 word list. Studying these base words will help you improve your vocabulary and communicate better in English. I have put a link in the description below for you to download a copy of this 14 1,000 word lists. In step 8, we move on to how to use the vocabulary word lists. I will now show you how to use the vocabulary word lists. To learn vocabulary, it's best to learn a few new words every day. You need to decide how many words you are able to learn each day. Usually you want to learn between 1 to 5 words per day, depending on how good your memory is, how much time you have available. Now you need to remember, you will need to practice the words several times over several different days for you to fully memorize it for the average person. So the words that you learnt the previous days, you'll need to consider that you need to practice those in the future days. So think about that when you calculate or decide how many words you want to learn each day. Start with the first 1,000 word list, as they are the most important. So if you look down at your screen in the bottom left corner, you'll see I'm at the first 1,000 word list tab. To begin, go to the beginning of this first 1,000 word list, and you can see the word up here at the top left corner. If you know what this word means, then in the column to the right, type the letter Y to indicate yes. This will show that you know this word, so you can move on to the next one. However, if you're not sure what the word means, then you would put the letter N for no, indicating that you do not know this word. To check if you understand the word or not, simply go to Google and in Google search, type in, what does the word mean? So I've already done that. So Google Dictionary will give you the meaning. So if you know the basic meanings of this word, then you can safely say that you know this word. So let's check. So is a determiner. For example, it's used for referring to someone or something, such as a man. It also indicates a class of people or things. He is a lawyer. That is a type of job. In addition, if you go to Copilot, you'll get more definitions. It's also a noun, which is the letter A. So if you know those basic meanings, then you can safely say that you understand what the word a means. You don't need to go down to here to the more complicated meanings. So let's say we do know what the word a means. We'll put this back to Y for yes. So you need to go through the list until you find the number of new words you want to learn for the day. Let's say I have decided to learn 3 new words each day. I will work through the list until I have found 3 new words I don't know. Let me show you an example. So the next word is able. I'm able to understand this, so I will put yes, I know what that means. The word about, I'm not too sure, I will put no. I'm not sure about that one. And absolute, I'm not sure about that one. Accept, I know what that one means. Account, I'm not sure what that one means. So now I have 3 new words I'm not sure about or I don't know. You don't need to work through the list in the order like I am doing here, one by one. You can work through them in any way you like. So for example, you might want to go and check off a few words that you do know randomly, like I'm doing here now. It is important though for you to put Y or N in the columns for each word you look at so that you can keep track of what you have done. Once you have learned a new word, come back to the list and change the N to a Y. For example, let's say I've learnt the word able, so I'll come back and change that to a yes. I now know that word. This way you can keep track of what you have done. Next, I will show you how to learn the words. Step 9. How to use a vocabulary learning journal. After you have chosen the new words you want to learn, use the words in a vocabulary learning journal, like the one in front of you now. By writing down each word, its meaning, an example sentence, and a picture, as well as a translation in your own language, this will help you understand each word better. Here's how to use your journal. So the first thing is write down the word in English in this first box, then write down the translation in your own language over to the right-hand side here. Next, you need to write the definition or meaning of the word in English. Keep it simple, something that you can understand. Then write an example sentence using the word. Make sure the sentence has at least 10 words. That way it will have more meaning for you. Try to use the word in a situation that will help you remember the word. And then the last thing is either to draw or find a picture that reminds you of the word. This will help you learn the word much more easily and remember it more easily. We're going to use an example of what Coco has chosen. So she's chosen the word sit. So we've been practicing a little bit today. So we'll just see how she goes. So Coco, sit. Sit. Good girl. Very good. However, she might remember it now, but by tomorrow she may have forgotten. So we're going to need to practice again. Same with you. When you learn a new word one day, you'll need to keep practicing it until you remember it. Here's how we would fill out the vocabulary journal. So our chosen word is sit. So we type sit in the English part. Since Coco's first language is Mandarin, she's a Chinese dog, I will copy the translation of Mandarin there under your language. And now we need the definition, a simple definition: to rest with your weight on your bottom and your back straight. And now a simple sentence that we can relate to so that we can remember the word. Let's put Coco loves to sit in her chair by the window to watch birds fly past. Now we need a picture. So I use ChatGPT. I'm going to show you more about ChatGPT and how it's going to help you with your vocabulary learning a little bit later. So first, I need an image of Coco the brown dog with curly woolly looking fur with floppy ears. Sitting on a chair by the window watching birds fly. Okay, that's exactly what Coco looks like, and that's what we want there. So that's an example. So I'm just going to copy this image. I'm going to explain more about how to do this later in the lesson, as I mentioned before. And I'm going to paste special as a picture. Resize that picture. And there's my first entry in my journal. By following these steps, you can see how the journal helps you understand and remember new words, just like Coco's word, sit. As you learn more words, the journal offers another benefit. You can cut out pages to create word cards, just like this. So you can write the English word on the other side of the card, just like this. So write the English word on the opposite side of the card. So now you can test yourself, or you can do it with a partner. So now you can look at the word, try and remember it, see if you remember it, turn the card over to check whether you got the meaning correct or not. So this makes reviewing fun, and it helps you keep improving your vocabulary. Now we move on to step 10, how to use ChatGPT to make your learning journal. As I like saving time, I use ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT to save time using your learning journal. So ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence program that helps you with questions and learning. You can ask it anything and it will give you the answers. It's like having a helpful friend who knows everything. And I'm going to show you how. I'm now going to use ChatGPT to create the information for the word down. This is one of the new words I want Coco to learn. Rather than type everything in to this message down here in the bottom left corner, I'm simply going to copy and paste from a template, which means a model, and I will copy this template in the description below for you to use as well. So this is the template that I will copy and paste into ChatGPT. So it says, give the following information for the word down. So I want the spelling in Mandarin, since Coco is Chinese. I need the definition in English. I need an example sentence in English, 10 or more words. And I want to write for a beginner level learner. This will make it easier to understand the language used. And for my image, I want an image with Coco the dog with a curly tail, short woolly fur, droopy ears, lying down on a bed. So let me select all that. Now copy. Now on the bottom left corner, you see the message ChatGPT. I'm just going to paste the text I copied and run it, pressing the right-hand button over here on the right. So it's giving me my image, Coco, lying down on a bed, which is what I want. It's giving me the spelling in Mandarin. It's giving me the definition in English. Down means a lower place or moving to a lower position. It's given me a simple sentence. Now over to my journal. The word I want in English is down, so I just type that in. And now I can just simply copy what ChatGPT gave me. So over to the left here on ChatGPT, copy the word in Mandarin over to your language in the journal. Over here on the right, definition in English. I'll copy that from ChatGPT over here on the left. Over here to my journal on the right, and then the example sentence. Ten words. And now the picture. Right click, copy image, over to the right hand side here to my journal. Right click. I need to paste special. Picture. And I'll resize that. Okay, so there you go. So ChatGPT did most of the work for me. All I had to do was copy and paste. As I mentioned, I will copy the template in the description below. So all you need to do is replace the word down for your word, then replace the language that you want from Mandarin to your language. Replace the word beginner if you believe you are at the elementary, intermediate, or advanced level. So you can change it to one of those three. Let me just copy that and paste that there. Replace the image instructions with your instructions. However, to create images, you'll need to get the paid version of ChatGPT, or you can use another image generator tool such as Crayon or Night Cafe Studio. I'll put the descriptions in this video here. That's it for this lesson. Keep learning new vocabulary words every day. You'll be very happy with the results and how much it improves your English. So please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, and hit the notification bell for upcoming new content arriving soon. If you haven't watched the introduction video already, I'll leave the description link up here. It will give you an overview of what I will be teaching. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.